civil unrest in Chile, deadly floods in Algeria, coronavirus all over the world. What do these things have in common? When emergency strikes and you are in a different country that's not yours, what you want the most at that moment is a helping hand that will give you the guidelines as to what to do to get you back home safely. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, what it is, what are the benefits, and how to enroll in it. Hey there, thanks for being here. My name is Maggie Gomez with The Nomadelle, and I create content for those of you who want to travel more, maybe take a gap year. If that interests you, please consider liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell notification so you don't miss out on information that will help you achieve your travel dreams. And with that, let's dive right in. The Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, or STEP for short, is a program that allows U.S. citizens and nationals traveling and living abroad to register their trip at their nearest U.S. embassy or consulate in case there is an emergency and also in case that an evacuation is needed. So what are the benefits of enrolling in the STEP program? There are many benefits, but I'm just going to point out three. The first benefit is that you will receive up-to-date information from the U.S. Embassy or consulate regarding the safety conditions of the country that you are planning on visiting, so that way you can make better travel decisions and plan accordingly. The second benefit is, for example, if you are already in the country, the local U.S. embassy or consulate would be able to get a hold of you and notify you of an emergency, or if nothing else, just give you guidelines as to what to do should an emergency comes up. For example, there's a natural disaster or a terrorist attack or a pandemic such as the COVID-19 or civil unrest. Those are just a few of the examples that would be considered an emergency and possibly a reason to evacuate the country. The third benefit is that it actually helps your friends and family to get a hold of you while you are traveling. In what sense? So when you register, and I'm going to show you how to register your trip, etc. But once you register your trip, you are specifying where you're going to be staying. So let's just say that your family has an emergency and they've been trying to call you, they've been trying to contact you, they've been trying to email you, etc. And they're not able to get a hold of you, right? So what they would do is that they would reach out to that local U.S. embassy or consulate, and they will actually try to reach you either by sending somebody, see what's going on, why you haven't responded, and more importantly, to let you know that there is an emergency, like a true life-death emergency in your family, etc. So that would be a great benefit if you think of it that way. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look and see how to enroll in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, or STEP for short. So we're going to go to step.state.gov, and of course I'm going to leave a link in the description below. And so when we get to that page, we're going to see that it is an official U.S. government page by the seal right here. In fact, it is a free service of the Bureau of Consular Affairs, which is by the U.S. Department of State. Here we can do one of three things. We can either enroll a trip and get alerts without having to create an account. Basically, you're just gonna say where you're gonna go and get alerts accordingly. Or we can just get travel advisories. So it's basically just subscribing to their alerts, just providing an email address, and you're gonna receive any travel advisory that comes up. Or three, we can create an account, and if you are a frequent traveler, I would definitely recommend that you do that. And so for that, we're gonna go ahead and click on create an account, and In the next page, the first thing that we see is the Privacy Act information. Once you read all that, and if you do agree, click on I have read the terms of the Privacy Act notice. And now we can start adding the information on all the next 3 sections. So the first one is account information. Here's where you're going to create a username and a password and a security question so you can log in. And then the next section is going to be the traveler information. That's information about yourself, such as your name, date of birth, gender, citizenship, and any health concerns that you may have. So for example, if you are a diabetic and they have to send a search team looking for you for whatever reason, they will bring insulin with them. So that is the reason why they're asking all those questions. And then next, you're gonna enter your email address and phone number, but the email address is going to be the primary way to communicate with the U.S. government. So, and of course you have to enter your passport number, and once you complete that information, the next section is going to be for you to enter your emergency contact information. There's only room for 1 person, but you can add many email addresses if you wanted to. So once that is completed, then you're gonna go ahead and click on next. And hopefully I've blurred my personal data so you cannot see my details, but otherwise this is what the page looks like if you have created an account under the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. And here's the very first leg of my 1-year trip that I had originally planned. Let's click on add a trip so you can see how easy it is. So after Chile, my next destination was going to be Peru. And the nearest US Embassy or consulate is of course Lima, because it's the capital city of Peru. I'm gonna enter the destination start date, and that was gonna be June 1st. And then the departure date was going to be June 30th. I could also click here if I don't know what my departure date is just yet. And by departure date, what my end date for that trip is. And the purpose of the visit was going to be volunteer work. And provide at least 1 complete address of where I'm going to stay. And I'm going to go ahead and click on next. And the next page just gives me a general travel advisory for Peru. And then I'm going to click on next, which is the confirmation page. I just want to make sure that all the details that I've entered are accurate, so which they are. So I'm going to go ahead and click on finish here. And that is how I've added my second leg of my trip. And here's the best part. The Smart Traveler Enrollment Program also has an app, which it's very helpful, so you can access it on the go. And for that, let's go ahead and go to the app store, and we're gonna type Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. There it is. Since I already have that app in my phone, it's just gonna ask me to open it, but of course for you, go ahead and download it. And it took me straight to my existing trips. As you can see, the trip that we just entered to Peru is already there. Perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that, and it provides all information that I already provided, so that's perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and click on done. And here's where I wanted to go, countries. So let's just say you're looking to go to Spain or whichever country you think you want to visit. So we're gonna go ahead and click on that, and that's giving me a level 2 travel advisory alert. And so I'm gonna go ahead and click on that, see what that means. And it says exercise increased caution in Spain due to terrorism, and in Barcelona or Catalonia due to civil unrest. But anyway, that provides helpful information, visa information as well as to what the requirements are, and any other type of helpful information that I would need to know before I plan my trip. So that is it, and that is pretty helpful. So now you know everything about the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, or STEP for short. You know what it is, you know what the benefits are, you know how to enroll or how to subscribe if you don't want to enroll or if you don't want to create an account. You know how to do all that now, and you even saw the app and the actual advisories via email. So I hope you found this video helpful. Feel free to comment below or ask any questions or share any travel related stories. I would love to hear from you. And don't forget to check these other videos. And until next time, and happy travels.